What's up, guys? iJolp here. So we are, if you can obviously tell, we are recording somewhere different than normal. So that is kind of our first little update here in our vlog number 3. So we have started the transition of transitioning out of the room I was in before, which kind of goes into the issue we had this week. So let's just get started talking about how streaming has gone. So during this week, we went and did a stream and had a tremendous amount of lag. It just we've struggled throughout having too much lag while doing multiple things with our stream, and I felt like I was producing content that just wasn't quite to the quality I wanted, and so I didn't stream the rest of the week. So we only got one stream in, which is something I'm disappointed in, but I think it's important to focus on the quality. So it's kind of nice to step back, and we're gonna try and get that all together before we really move forward. So we are now currently in my basement, where there'll be a video coming out when this is all done of what it all looks like. But basically, I've turned my basement into my new man cave setup, so that'll be something we can we'll have a different video over when it's completely finished. But in this basement, we now have the ability to be wired straight to the internet, which means we should have better connection and better quality streams. As far as when we're gonna stream, so my goal was to get this camera to be my webcam. I ordered an off-brand type cam link and it doesn't seem to be working, so we may be sticking with the old webcam for now as we continue to try and find a cam link, because they're impossible to find right now. So until then, we're going to just stick with the old webcam, but we'll continue to use this camera to make some good quality content. With that being said, when am I going to stream? So the goal is that my stream nights will be Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. So Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. Those are my nights that I am the most free and open to be able to stream without any interruptions. So that's what we're going to shoot for. And then Sunday nights we may be able to stream as well. Those ones might be a little bit more up in the air, but that's kind of a extra day we might be able to get in. So 3 or 4 times a week. But as far as Monday and Tuesday go, those are really busy days for me, and I'm not going to be able to stream. And Wednesdays, I have wiffle ball. I have my wiffle ball league, so I will not be able to stream on that night either. With that being said, on to some of our questions. I don't know where my list is. So I wrote them down this time. So basically, I was very disappointed in myself because every week when I make this, I would forget to answer some of your questions. So now we are going to answer those questions. So all those questions that I have not answered so far, we're going to answer right now. The first question was about stream schedule. So I told you we're going to stream Thursday, Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday sometimes. What we're going to play, mostly looking like Overwatch, maybe some Paladins. Those are games that I'm really into right now. Maybe something else, you never know. Most likely those. The first question from the very first week that I feel like I might have touched on, but I guess I didn't give a full enough answer, was am I going to play single player games? So at the time, in my original video, I had kind of grazed over the entire idea of playing games as I was going to play whatever I felt like, basically. Whatever I felt like playing on stream is what I was going to play. And then I tried doing some single player streams, and I don't know, I felt like the content was boring playing single player, and maybe in the future we'll do that again, but as of right now, I'm gonna stay away from single player games. I just feel like it doesn't really show my personality as much. It's kind of just more like, oh, let's play. So I like the ability to show my personality in more fast-paced, intense games. So right now, I don't see single player games being something I really want to stream. That's more of something I'll do on my own time. But you know, I'm always open to things, so if there's a good group of people that want to see a certain thing, I'll definitely consider it. Another question that I had skipped over, so my boy Mike had asked me about how I got into competitive COD. So my Call of Duty career started with COD 4. I remember I switched over from being a Halo kid to a COD kid, and Modern Warfare 1, so COD 4. Was the first one I tried, and I was god-awful at it. I was terrible. I wasn't used to the gunfights. Time to kill was so fast. It was very different than the Halo that I had played. And I remember a buddy of mine, Jack, in high school, used to come over to my house pretty much every day. He pretty much lived with me, even though he lived right down the street, but he was always at my house. and we would do split screen matches on COD 4. We'd play each other on Crossfire and snipe each other across the map, and that kind of got us started on playing Call of Duty. And then when Modern Warfare 2 came out, I remember that was full blown everything for me. I played that game and nothing else during that time. So Modern Warfare 2 was the big game that I grinded playing competitively. I played GB back before they had what is now called MLG ranks. You used to have a game battles rank that never decreased, you only increased. So you only increased in experience. And so anyone who had ever played always kept their GB rank. So it was a little different. There were way more people as far as like where your GB rank was. But that was part of the system. And back then it was a much smaller group of people that played. We had learned about it through some people that played a lot more serious than we did. We knew some people from high school that played a lot more serious than we did about game battles. But most of the people that played game battles back then were really, really good. It wasn't really a known sight for people that just casually played. Like now, like game battles has some more kind of mix between casual and competitive. It's not quite what it was as far as like the select really good people used to only be the ones to play it. Now anybody plays it and it's more well known, so it's a little different. Not saying the competition isn't harder, because I think people are a lot better now than they used to be, but it's just kind of a different kind of competition. So I played that a lot. As I said with my buddy Jack, we ended up owning two PS3s. I purchased both of them, and we both sat there with our tube TVs on folding tables in my family room, and that is all we did. So we would stay up all night playing. We'd go to school, come home, take a nap, stay up all night playing, and we just did that every single day and kept grinding, kept grinding. And then Modern Warfare 2, when it was over, Black Ops 1 was fun for a little while, but it wasn't Modern Warfare 2, and it was never going to live up to that. And then Modern Warfare 3, I played a ton, played on Xbox instead of PS3, played that a ton, loved it. And then after that, I really just didn't play Call of Duty that much anymore. And so even now, like, I've off and on played COD and off and on played GBs, but I really haven't taken it like, I haven't really cared anymore. I enjoy the atmosphere of like trying to win, but it's just not the same that it used to be, and I really don't try nearly as hard, and I don't care about competitive COD as much, but I do enjoy trying to win. So I mean, it's kind of a toss up there. The last question I'm going to answer is, someone asked me 5 things that I know now that I wish I would have known 5 years ago. Or okay, maybe the question was just things I wish I would have known 5 years ago. But let's give you 5. I have not even pre-thought these out at all, so they're gonna totally be off the top of my head. Off the top of my head, so I'm now 27, almost 28. So 5 years ago, I would have been, well, now I would have almost been done with college. But if we look back to even like my 20s, my early 20s, I wish I would have known about streaming. I had way more free time back then, and I didn't have as many responsibilities, and I played games all the time. And so that was pretty much all I did for a lot of it, because that was my way of hanging out with friends. That was what we did. And so if I would have known about streaming and content creating a lot more back then, I think I could have got in earlier, and I could have, used that time to really invest in making really good content earlier on. So that would be like my first thing I wish I would have known back then, is I wish I would have known more about streaming and content creating when I had the free time to do it. Something else I wish I would have known back then that I do now, I guess, I don't know. I think that back when I was in my early 20s, I spent a lot of time working. So I worked a lot. I worked like 40 hours a week. And so I wish I would have taken that time to do more of the things that I just wanted to do. Because now that I'm older, like I kind of have to balance like, real life job, free time, hanging out with family, stuff like that. There's a lot more to balance now. So I wish 5 years ago I would have, you know, just done more of what I wanted to do and not spend so much time working, because I look back and like I made a lot of money for my age then, but like I blew it all on stupid stuff, and like I really didn't get anything out of it. So I wish I would have just, you know, done more things I enjoyed instead of, grinding work as much, because I didn't have those responsibilities. I felt like I did, but I really didn't. So I wish I would have taken that time to do more of what I enjoy when I had the time to do it. I definitely don't have 5 things off the top of my head. So you got 2 solid ones. I felt like those were pretty good ones. Other than that, though, guys, so we're going for a good week this week with streaming. Oh, fitness, fitness update, personal life update. As far as fitness goes, I am now at what 2 weeks now of following my diet, doing a good job with that. I give myself 1 cheat day a week. I have not been cutting any of my workout shorts with any of my workouts short, which is something I'm really proud of. It's something I used to do a lot. Was I would be like, I don't need to do that exercise, I don't need to do that, and I cut them off. Or if I was running out of time, I would cut them off. So I'm really proud of myself for not doing that lately. I've really been pushing myself to get the most out of it. Um, so yeah, other than that, I will see you guys next time. I appreciate your guys' support. We're looking for a good week of streaming with the better internet connection. Hopefully, I will see you there. Thank you guys so much.